Hello, all things Hadar. Thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. We are going to jump in and get started. I did just want to quickly say, for those of you who are new here, thank you guys so much. You are so welcome, and we're so glad you've decided to join us or stop by. We hope that you like us and that you choose to subscribe and become a part of our channel, our collective. We are just going to jump in today, and I am just going to leave this open to interpretation, which is what I normally do unless I'm guided to do something specific. And I right now, currently on the table, I have tarot decks. We'll see if they end up calling in other decks for me to use. For those of you who are returning, you guys, thank you so much for your continued support. It is really so appreciated. And I mean, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. And I appreciate you guys very much. All right, just doing quick shuffling so that everything was pre-shuffled, but you guys know I like to do this on here so that you can see. And I'm not sure what we're going to have unfold here. We're going to see what happens. I never really know until I start. For those of you who are new, or well, even those of you who are returning, if any of you are interested in your own personal reading, or you're wanting to know more about what I do in addition to my YouTube channels, you can check out my website and how I read are in the description box below. All right, let's jump in. What deck are we going to use first? Okay, we're going with this one, Rider Waite. What are we going to talk about here today? What are we going to talk about here today? What do you have for us? Thank you. Thank you. That one went back. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was the Ten of Swords, and then it went back in. But the Ten of Swords with the Ten of Wands, that's a lot of endings. And because the other one went back in, it could mean either it doesn't apply or it's just something coming up, but it's not here yet. Tens are about endings. I would say with this one, it's about an ending is coming or is happening or has just happened, or, you know, whatever has happened, however this applies to you. But it's something that is very burdensome. This could be something that had to do with a lot of responsibilities to a variety of things, including people, possibly. For those of you who they are not like there yet, the village is in sight. You're getting there. You're almost there. So keep going to clear this stuff out and be done with it. We have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck, which I find interesting. What is this sticking out? The Hanged Man. So maybe some of you have been feeling stuck. Look at this. This is so weird. Now, you guys saw me shuffle, and I just did another reading, and these cards came out, and I did shuffle before I did the pre-shuffle before I did the shuffle here on camera, and I cut the deck multiple times, and yet those cards were all back together. That was just weird. I'm sorry. I'm just wanting to make sure that they're really shuffled well, because I, you know, just want to make sure. All right. Let's do a cut again. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Thank you so... Oh, no, that's way too many. Let's continue with a reasonable number of cards, shall we? Oh, thank you. Wow. Okay. 10 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Let's keep going. We're going to stop and talk about all of this after we get it all out. That's too many. Nope. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, guys. It's a lot of endings. Yeah. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, well, no wonder why. So we have the Four of Swords, which is healing, taking time out, a pause. This could be a time of planning, a time of healing. I would also say when you sit and look at this, you know, things are very monochromatic here, very monochromatic here, but then there's all this color, an explosion of color and light. And actually, I've never noticed this, but and I'll show you in just a second, the color, the scene here makes me think of the Six of Pentacles. And for me, as a reader, the Six of Pentacles and the Two of Swords represent, among other things, two cards in the minor arcana that represent justice, a balancing of the scales. So I feel like that whatever all of this is about, that this may be, you know, you may be in this healing mode, in this planning, in this pause, in all, you know, whatever that is for you, because of all of this stuff. However, they're just saying, but note that the color, the colorful, the explosion of color, the change, the shift, it's right there. It's right outside the window, which is good news because, you know, a lot of times we go, yeah, but it's not my here now. But look at this. This is more than just the little light at the end of the pinhole light at the end of the tunnel. This is very, very close. So I would say whatever has been happening or is happening here, that yeah, that there's definitely, it's coming to its close, which of course we saw because it started out with the Ten of Wands, which is about endings of something very, very burdensome. Now, yes, you did have the Nine of Wands come out right after the Ten of Wands, which to me is almost like, yeah, so you've had this ending, okay? You have an ending. And then you have this Nine of Wands, and it's like the wounded warrior. Okay, I've left all of this stuff behind. I have this one. Now this can go either way. The staff or the wand that is left in his hand can be the staff that helps him to continue to move on. An action, because wands represent action, passion, creativity, movement, fire energy. It's stuff that can move very quickly. So this one that he's hanging on to could, in fact, not be something burdensome, but it's the action, the creativity, that spark that is going to help him to continue to move forward and leave all of this other stuff behind him. Okay? For another way that I'm seeing this is that it could be that this last one that you're hanging on to, it's like, okay, I've processed all of these 9. It's this last one that I'm still hanging on to. Whatever that is for you guys, because that's going to be different for each person. You know, I feel like, yeah. See, so he's looking into the past. He's looking at that over his shoulder to that stuff in the past, instead of focusing on this one in his hand. And I feel like it's like, you know, it's time, you know, the review time is done. The reviewing time is over, right? They're being called to come to their next new beginning, their next chapter, their next journey. The review part is done. The death card has already been here. The reviewing part is done. The horn or the trumpet is already being blown. We see that right here. The trumpet is already being blown, which means it is time for the new beginning to take place. I feel like it's saying this new beginning is really going to shake up your world, because there are things that just are going to fall away because of the work you've done to let go of the past. And it does shake up our world. You know, I mean, it can be... It can be a tower moment or it can be a portal moment, and it's up to us what that is going to be. And then we have this devil energy here. Now, this can be about being stuck. It can be about addiction. It can be about things that are very dark and heavy that keep us stuck in that energy of the past or of staying small. it's interesting because it's like almost like this sense of I'm not able to see the benefit that came from my challenges. They're telling me to switch decks. Okay, so we're going to go with this one, apparently. All right. So this deck, I really like. I like it because of the white background. I don't know why that's important to me, but it is. You know, well, I guess I do know why. I like things that are light instead of dark. But I like them because each card also talks about the numerology, which I don't have numerology numbers memorized. It talks about the astrological aspects. So, you know, planets and signs that are associated with each card, which again, astrology is not my forte. So I really like this deck. All right. I'm just going to deal out what they are for each, well, you know, shuffle or whatever. And once we have them all, then we'll discuss. I do have Justice on the bottom of the deck before the split. Oh, and it's still there because that was the last one I picked up. Duh. Okay. All right, let's clarify. So let's get something for Ooh, no. That's way too many. Let's clarify this 10 of Wands, please. Let's clarify the 10 of Wands, please. I haven't used these cards enough yet to create they're separating quickly. You know what I mean? It's like they stick together still, and there's thank you. It can be a challenge to get them to come out quickly. Ooh, thank you. Tower. This is looking good, guys. Don't let the devil energy throw you, or the Tower for that matter. Yep, see what I tell you. What I tell you, it's looking good. Okay. Okay. Yep, look at that. And oh my gosh, see, when I was shuffling out these, I said I noted the 10 of Swords that had wanted to come out, but then it went back, right? 10 of Swords. And look at this. Bottom of the deck here, 8 of Cups, walking away. Over in this reading, walking away, or with this deck, walking away under the Judgment. It's pretty amazing. Okay. So, 10 of Wands, clarified by the 7 of Cups. Now, this can be about choices, and it says choices, illusions, indecision, wishful thinking, right? It's associated with Venus in Scorpio. It's an element of water, and for numerology, we have regaining or losing control, mastery, choices, responsibility, myths, and secrets. Now, here's the thing. I feel like, yeah, because the devil energy is here and all of this burdensome stuff was here, I feel like there's been this long battle going on, basically. And I also feel like there's been a great deal of illusions that have had to be faced. They've had to be faced and acknowledged. Sorry, my chair spins on me automatically if I don't hold it in place. I feel like it's like, this is what I've been trying to create, right? This person, this victory, the financial wealth and abundance. You see that? These 3 right here in the center. Okay. It's like, this is what I've been trying to create. This is what I've been trying to do. And then you've got all the stuff out here on the outer part, on the perimeter, that looks like stuff that probably most of us, for the most part, probably would not want to have in our lives. And it feels like it feels like there was, for some, there was a lot of illusions, or maybe for, what, take it how it resonates, leave the rest. So it feels like there was a lot of illusions, but illusions that were very, very convincing that they were real, but they were convincing for the wounded warrior. When we're wounded, our perspective is skewed. It's skewed until we do our work to release and heal the past, or heal and release the past, right? And start shifting our beliefs. Otherwise, right, we continue to keep moving forward, but we're still hanging on to these old beliefs and these skewed perspectives that are just not serving us. And then we stand back and we're like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Well, okay, you got to keep, if we keep doing the same thing, we keep walking into the same brick wall and coming away hurt and scraped up and broken bones and wounded and, whatever that looks like, right? Until we wise up and we turn our direction of our attention to something else and realize, oh, look, there's a door right there. There's a portalway right there. There's stairs right there. There's, a window right there. Whatever that is. Then our perspective shifts from always focusing on these illusions and these heavier energies that are on the outside to the good energies, good meaning, we tend to look at good and bad, positive and negative, darkness and light, evil and divine, right? So, take it how it resonates for you and leave the rest, okay? But it feels like for some, you get stuck in, you continue to go for the things of the past that just aren't serving you in your here and now. And it's like, how are you going to change it if you don't change what you're looking at? And you don't change how you look at things. And it creates so much burden when you just stay stuck in, and it's a choice, right? We don't think it's a choice. And at the same time, a lot of times we're not, like we can, even when we become aware of, wow, yeah, I have a habit of doing A, B, C, D. Okay. And then you just continue to do A, B, C, D. Well, then if you've been able to identify what A, B, C, D are, right, then why would you not support and help yourself in finding, how do I break the cycle? Well, maybe selecting one of those things and then finding support and help to help you break that one thing. Because everything is a ripple effect and a domino effect. But the bottom line is I feel like once this burden gets dropped, like we see here, there's these wounds that if you're wanting to improve quality, work has to be done. I'm sorry, work has to be done. And that includes different actions, different beliefs, different actions. Otherwise, you're volunteering to be on that cycle or that wheel. Okay, so we have that. So you have some choices to make. And the wishful thinking, that was the other thing. Wishful thinking, and they were showing me somebody who sits in dreams and hopes and wishes, but then they don't do. And again, guys, no judgment on all of this. Been there, done that on all of it. It's a journey. And as we do, sometimes we can progress and progress and progress. And then it's like, oh my gosh, look at this. I'm doing the same thing I did way back over here. And we're kind of surprised that we're like, why am I doing this? Right? It's like, what am I doing that for? So, don't judge yourself on that. It's not about judging yourself. It's simply about becoming aware and then taking action, new action to create a new result. Okay. The wounded warrior, we have a, opportunity coming in here with the Ace of Cups. This is an opportunity that's has a potential to make you very, very happy. This can be about an awakening of some sort. If this is for just the self and within, it can be an awakening of some sort, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, combinations thereof, all of the above, whatever that is for you. But it is something new, a new opportunity holds the potential to have your cup flow over. And I also find it interesting that it came out after the Seven of Cups, because it's almost like, yeah, see, if you shift your focus from all of that negative crap, all the negative crap, instead of being stuck focusing on that, shifting your focus into, but what is right? What have I accomplished? How far have I come? And please hear me on this. Every tiny, what you think may be insequential little step is extremely important, because they all move you forward. And I find it interesting that it's like, yeah, if you can shift your focus from what's out here to these three really great cups here, they're going to lead you to this Ace of Cups. But that's not going to happen if we stay stuck in just doing the same old, and then getting upset because nothing's changed. Judgment, again, as I've said, this is about being called home, called to your next journey, called to, and I don't mean called home as in, passing. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying at home, more at home within yourself, more at home within your own body, at home with your soul self, and the connection between this self and your soul self. This holds the potential to bring in this beautiful abundance. It says abundance, prosperity, security, and manifestation. So again, it's something that you've been working on, but it is going to come through faster, smoother, easier, and more firmly, if that makes sense, by walking away. Well, what are we walking away from? Just what we were just talking about over there. I don't think I need to, repeat it again, but the bottom line is it's time to make changes. Changes in your actions, changes in your beliefs. You want something different, then it's calling us to do different, to be different, to feel different, to view different, to perceive different, to believe different. Okay, and we have the Tower. Tower was clarified by the Death card and the Five of Wands. So, to me, what this is saying, yes, this is about, when the Death card comes, right, it's a brand new beginning. It's letting go, right? This is about complete change and transformation. Both of these are. When the Tower comes and things come down, we have no choice. I guess these should actually go this way. We have no choice but to let go of things, because they're not there anymore. They're going to be fallen down and broken apart, and they're going to be gone. Now, whether we actually let go of the various aspects of it and let it be something of the past, and we do our work and we move on, or not, that's up to us. Free will, free choice. I feel like but I feel like this Tower holds the potential to bring an ending to all of that, all the struggle, the strife, the conflicts, the arguing, the bickering, the animosity. And I'm even hearing just like physical altercations for some that are just not working together. And I don't mean physical, well, that's okay. So hear me here, okay? Please hear me here. Disclaimers. I am not a professional. So if you need professional help, go get that professional help. This is not it, right? Readings are for entertainment purposes only. If you're looking, you're in a situation where you need help to get out of something safely, then, you need to make the choices and decisions on what to do with that. No one else can do that for you. This is not the place to go for those answers. Physical altercations, I meant more in the sense, because in my mind I was seeing it like they are here. It's like, oh, well, you know what? Let's build. We're going to build this, and we're going to set that here, and now we're going to set this here, and I can't let it go because it'll fall and break. But it's almost like, yeah, we're trying to build and put together I'll get this little teeny one here, this little teeny rock here, and it's just going to hold that up like that. Well, that's not true. It's not going to happen, right? So I'm hearing like physical altercation between the building blocks. It's like trying to create a new foundation, or no, yeah, okay. So it's like the foundation, trying to hang on to the old bricks of the foundation that fell down, and just trying to put in, you know, oh, well, I don't really want to let go of all of this, so I'm just going to plug this piece in here and plug this piece in here, and I'm going to hope that it'll hold. And it's like the elements of the different pieces of that foundation, that's the physical altercation. These are not working together. They don't, you know, it's like putting this and then something round and then expecting everything to sit on top of that, though there's nothing, there's no bolt hold is what I just heard. There's nothing to hold that in place. And it's like, oh, let me just put that there, and then we're just going to hope that it'll stay and that it won't, you know, and it's not going to. Right? So there's something around that for someone. Oh, you know what? I didn't even realize this was here. Where was this? Was this over here? I think this was over here. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely, but it's the end to all of that. And yeah, I feel like there's the ego. It's, you know, I had somebody once who worked with me and she was just such an amazing reader. And she used to tell me, just incorporate that phrase, Maureen, of thanks, ego, but I got this. And I'm feeling like that's going to be the thing, is that there's going to be a lot of within conflict. Like I literally just heard the word combatant within the self. Like altercations. There we go. Okay. Altercations within the self between the ego and the non-ego, right? In the levels of consciousness, because in the illusions, there's a lot of the inner conflict, because there's like, well, I don't really want to look and see at this stuff, because if I do, then that means either I have to change or I have to choose to not change and play like I don't know that that's what I did, but in reality, knowing that that's what I did. So there is a lot of internal conflict, because there's this wanting to hang on to and not let go of this wand, because it's going to change your identity. And it's going to change your identity and who you are, because your beliefs are going to shift and change. I mean, that's what I'm getting. Okay, the devil energy, again, we see this Five of Swords, right? And to me, the Five of Swords talks about, this is a win. It is a win and a victory, but it's one that came with a lot of casualties, a lot of, there's a lot of things that had to be left behind, and that includes people. People, situations, things that just fell away. And even though that is a good thing, it often makes us feel like it's not. But I do feel like this energy that was tied up in all of this garbage, right? And I'm hearing ruminated in the mind constantly, had a huge effect on our finances. And for me as a reader personally, the Eight of Swords here is a minor arcana's devil card. And we have the major arcana devil card here. So I feel like it's almost like, yeah, there was all this stirring up energy of fighting and opposition and arguing and tension and blah, 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 blah. This is, again, to me, this is, there's a victory over that, because these people are walking away. It just was a very long, drawn-out battle, and it definitely was not easy. And we see the Death card is facing this. If it's not ended, it's definitely coming to an end, because Death card is here, and he's coming right towards us, which is going to allow this victory to take place and end the garbage. And I do feel like all of this, negative, heavy energy has had a direct effect on your finances, and has played a massive role in you feeling like and believing and only seeing the illusions that you can't do anything about it. And I feel like, yes, to a certain extent, we can't. I feel like there's ways that we could, but we're just not seeing it. And sometimes it's not because we're being obstinate or stubborn or resistant. It's just we simply just don't see it. And even when we ask to see it or we try to see it, it's a divine timing thing. It's like You know, it's just not the time yet. It's just not the time yet. Okay, let's clarify this devil energy a little more here. Let's clarify the major arcana's devil energy, and then we'll look at the minor strength. Yep. So this really is about a mastery over the self. This is a mastery over the mental and emotional bodies of the mental and emotional bodies. This is learning how to take control of the thoughts and the emotions instead of letting them control you. When we allow these things to take control of us and dictate our behaviors and our actions, and even feed the very beliefs that we say we don't want anymore, that is a choice or decision to say, you know what, I have no control over it. I don't control my own life, which is not true. But this is about a mastery. This is about learning how to tame the beasts within. And that starts with learning how to control the mental, the emotional, mental and emotional bodies. Again, like I said, we control that. It's not about letting those just spin us off into out of control. And I don't mean control as in, well, we don't allow ourselves to feel and we just don't ever think about this. That's not healthy either, right? I mean, you got to find your balance. You got to find your balance. Let's talk about this, the minor arcana one here, the Eight of Swords. Let's talk about the Eight of Swords. And I get that, you know, this can make us feel like just giving up. Just giving up. Yeah. So, Eight of Swords, clarified by the Moon card. So the moon is about things that we don't see. Things we don't see, we don't know about, we don't have the full picture. We don't have all of the facts. And it is around a third-party situation, whether that is a romance or family or business or partnerships for business or projects or whatever. We don't know all the facts. And it's almost like that's what the focus has been. And the focus was put on that. You allowed your focus to be drawn over to ruminating constantly over and over, trying to figure out this. And, well, I don't understand that. Well, why would somebody do this? And this person said that. And then this happened. And da-da-da. And as long as you stay stuck in that ruminating, trying to figure it out, energy, blah, 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 again, that's letting your mind and your emotions run amok, out of control, and to dictate the show and the quality of your life and everything within it. Hold on a moment. Okay, so as you know, I have an active household. So sorry about that, and you may hear more as it continues, or as, things are happening out there. Anyway, yes, hearing the running amok, and there seems to be a lot of attention on this, and this is playing its role in you feeling, believing, seeing the illusion that you're stuck, that you can't do anything to help yourself. And that's definitely not true. Wow. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I snapped that shut too quick. I saw the Devil card. I saw the Devil card again, and with the Tower. And I feel like it is around this King of Cups. So this could be somebody who played a role in it, maybe unrequited love. It could be the person, maybe they got wrapped up into a third-party situation. Yeah, see? Wow. Okay, so for some, this was a marriage. For some, this was a marriage that just fell apart very, very quickly. For others, it's like, okay, this did happen, yes. Once you've done your work, and I cannot emphasize that enough, because if you're constantly running around looking for somebody else to fix your finances, make you feel better, make you feel whole, then you haven't done your work. And if you've started it, great. But if you're still running in those energies, then no, you're not done. And in my opinion, strictly my opinion, people. So you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. If this isn't you, then it doesn't apply to you. But if you haven't done your work in that, then clearly you're not ready, because when we jump too soon, we end up repeating the same thing. If we're still allowing this stuff to run the boat and run the show, and instead of truly being in mastery of ourselves, at least most of the time, right, then what are we doing bringing someone else into the mix? Because then we're calling in exactly what we don't want, where we are instead of where we're wanting to go, kind of thing, if that makes sense. All right. So for others of you though, this, if you've, and I cannot emphasize this enough, if you've done your work, if you've managed to stop this, and again, we do have the Ace of Cups here and the Pentacles. So, which interesting, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles 2 times. So I feel like for those of you who have done your work, are doing your work, will do your work, and legitimately do it, then I would say you have a love interest coming that is stable, that is truthful, that is honest, and that is genuine. It's going to shake up your world, and I feel like it's going to pull you out of your being in this healing mode. It is somebody who has a very serious, they're looking for commitment. They're looking for family. They're wanting their whole 10 of Cups. This is also something that is going to shift and heal the finances. It has the potential to happen very quickly. We have unity and unity twice. We do have the Death card, the 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Devil card. Now, I feel like here the Knight of Swords is coming, and that's the end of that. Knight of Swords is coming. It's like, nope, that's it. We're cutting this stuff out. We're done. And I also feel like it's the end of all of this worry, and it's the end of this time of being alone. But do you see how content she is in her time alone? Being content with her life and not looking for somebody else to fix it for her and make her feel better. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, guys. Anyways, I feel like this was an amazing reading all in all. I feel like this is the sauce. This is the sauce to changing everything. It really comes down to, you know, thanks ego, but I got this, and shifting and changing your actions to create a new reality for yourself. Anyway, I hope all that makes sense for you guys. I hope that this reading resonated with you. If it did, please don't forget to hit that button to like. Don't forget to subscribe, and hit that notification bell, as all of these things do help me, the channel, and it helps us to help each other. Until next time, guys, bye.